Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers and doers, today I stand before you to talk about something that burns in the heart of every one of us who dares to imagine a life beyond the ordinary. Big dreams, the kind of dreams that keep you awake at night, that whisper to you in the quiet moments, that demand every ounce of your courage. But let me tell you a truth we don't always want to hear. Big dreams need big sacrifices. Think about it. Nothing extraordinary comes easy. The path to greatness is not paved with comfort or convenience. It's a road marked by tough choices, sleepless nights, and moments where you give up what's safe for what's possible. It's about trading the familiar for the unknown, the easy for the extraordinary. That's the price of a dream worth chasing. Sacrifices aren't just about what you lose, they're about what you choose. You choose to wake up before the sun because your vision matters more than sleep. You choose to push through doubt, fear, and failure because the fire inside you refuses to dim. You choose to let go of the small things, time, comfort, even the approval of others, because the dream you're building is bigger than all of that. But here's the beauty of it. Every sacrifice carves out a piece of who you're meant to be. Every time you say no to the easy road, you say yes to something greater. It's not about losing, it's about gaining resilience, strength, and a story that inspires. The world doesn't remember those who played it safe. It remembers those who dared, who fell, who got back up, and who sacrificed everything for a purpose they believe. So I ask you today, what's your big dream, and what are you willing to give up for it? Because the truth is, the size of your sacrifice will match the size of your success. Don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to stumble. The dreamers who change the world are the ones who understand that the cost of greatness is steep. But the reward? The reward is a life that echoes beyond the years you're given. Big dreams need big sacrifices, so dream boldly, sacrifice bravely, and watch how far you can go when you're willing to give it all. Let's talk about sacrifice, not as some grand, tragic gesture, but as something simpler, something real. When we chase big dreams, we often think of sacrifice as what we lose, what slips through our fingers while we're reaching for the stars. But I want to flip that idea on its head today. Sacrifice isn't just about loss, it's about choice. It's about standing at a crossroads and picking the path that matters most, even when it means turning your back on something else. Big dreams don't just ask you to give things up, they ask you to decide what you're willing to fight for, what you're ready to build with your own two hands. That's the heart of it. Sacrifice is a choice, and it's one you make every single day. You've got a dream that lights you up, something so big it almost scares you. Maybe it's a career that changes lives, a project that shifts the world, or a legacy you want to leave behind. Now think about what it takes to get there. You could stay in the warm glow of the familiar, scrolling through your phone, sinking into the couch, letting the hours melt away into a soft blur of good enough. Or you could choose the dream. You could choose to trade that cozy evening for a late night of work, to swap the chatter of small talk for the silence of focus, to let go of the easy yes so you can say a harder, braver no. That's not losing. It's saying this dream, this vision, this fire inside me is worth more than the comfort I could cling to. And make no mistake, that choice isn't a one-time deal. It's not a single dramatic moment where you toss everything aside and march off into the sunset. It's 1,000 little decisions, a quiet string of moments where you pick the dream over the ordinary. It's choosing to set the alarm an hour earlier when your body begs for sleep. It's choosing to sit with a blank page or a tough problem when you'd rather be anywhere else. It's choosing to keep going when the first try fails, when the second stumbles, when the third feels like it might break you. Each time you do that, you're not just giving something up. You're claiming something bigger. You're telling the world and yourself that this matters more. Now, let's be honest, that choice can sting. It's not always pretty or poetic. Sometimes it means missing out on time with friends, on lazy Sundays, on the little joys that feel so tempting in the moment. Sometimes it means walking away from people who don't get it, who roll their eyes or tell you to settle down. But here's the thing, every time you choose the dream, you're not just letting go of something small, you're grabbing hold of something vast. You're trading the fleeting for the lasting, the shallow for the deep. It's not about deprivation, it's about direction. It's about steering your life towards something that echoes, something that endures. This is where the magic happens, because sacrifice as a choice isn't passive, it's active, it's powerful. You're not a victim of circumstance, dragged along by some cruel twist of fate. You're the one in the driver's seat deciding where this road takes you. You're the one who says, I'll give up the easy stuff because I want the extraordinary stuff. That's not weakness, that's strength. It's not loss. Every time you choose the dream over the ordinary, you're carving out a piece of who you're meant to become. A builder, a fighter, a dreamer who doesn't just wish, but does. So I ask you, what are you choosing today? What's the dream you're ready to pick over the noise, over the distractions, over the soft pull of maybe later? Because big dreams don't wait for you to stumble into them. They wait for you to step up, to decide, to sacrifice the small for the sake of the monumental. It's your call every day, every hour, every moment you choose it. You're not just chasing a dream, you're shaping a life. And that, my friends, is a choice worth making. Imagine for a moment a dream so vivid, so powerful that it pulls you out of bed each morning before the world stirs. A dream that isn't just a fleeting thought, but a calling, a vision of what could be if you dared to reach for it. That's the kind of dream I'm talking about today. The big ones, the ones that stretch beyond the horizon of what feels safe or simple. But let's be real about something right from the start. Big dreams like these don't just happen. They don't drift into your life on a gentle breeze, handed to you with a smile. No, they demand effort. They demand everything you got and then some. They are not polite invitations. They are challenges thrown at your feet, daring you to rise. Think about what effort really means here. It's not just about putting in a few extra hours or ticking off a to-do list. It's about the kind of work that tests you, the kind that makes your muscles ache and your mind race. It's waking up when the rest of the world is still asleep, chasing that spark of inspiration while the stars are still out. It's pushing past the point where most people would stop, where the voice in your head says, this is good enough. And you tell it, no, it's not yet. Big dreams don't settle for half measures. They ask you to dig deeper, to find strength you didn't even know you had, because anything less won't carry you to where you need to go. And let's not sugarcoat it, this road isn't paved with comfort. It's not a smooth ride with cushioned seats and a clear map. It's rough, uneven, and sometimes it feels like you're walking barefoot over broken ground. There are days when the effort feels like too much, when your body is tired, your spirit is bruised, and the finish line seems to slip further away with every step. But that's exactly the point. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it didn't hurt, it wouldn't matter. The fact that it's hard is what makes it worth it. The fact that it demands every ounce of your will is what sets it apart from the small, safe dreams that never leave the ground. This effort isn't just physical either. It's mental, emotional, spiritual. It's the courage to keep going when doubt creeps in, when people around you shrug and say, why bother? It's the discipline to sit with your failures, to stare them down and learn from them instead of running away. It's the heart to believe in something bigger than yourself, even when the world feels small and cynical. Big dreams don't care about your excuses, and they don't wait for perfect. They demand that you show up day after day, ready to fight for them, ready to bleed for them. if that's what it takes. Because here's the truth, nothing extraordinary comes cheap. The stories we admire, the lives that inspire us, they're not built on luck or shortcuts. They're forged in the heat of effort, in the grind of tough choices and relentless determination. You want to build something that lasts, something that echoes beyond your own lifetime? Then you've got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. You've got to be willing to trade the easy path for the steep climb, the quiet nights for the restless ones, the applause of the crowd for the silence of your own resolve. That's what big dreams ask of you. That's what they demand. So I challenge you today, look at the dream burning inside you and ask yourself what it's worth. Ask yourself what you're ready to pour into it, not just in hours or days, but in grit, in guts, in the sheer force of your will. Because big dreams don't bow to convenience. They don't bloom in the shade of someday. They rise from the sweat of now, from the effort you choose to give when no one's watching, when the odds are stacked against you, when the only thing keeping you going is the belief that it's possible. That's the demand. That's the deal. And if you're willing to meet it, there's no limit to how far you can go. Let's dive into something profound about chasing big dreams. The cost isn't just a price you pay, it's a sculptor's tool, chiseling away at the raw stone of who you are until something stronger, truer emerges. When you set out after a dream that towers over the everyday, you don't just hand over time or comfort like it's a transaction at a checkout counter. No, it's deeper than that. Every sacrifice, every hard-fought step, every moment you push past what you thought you could handle, it's all shaping you. It's not about what you lose, it's about what you become. The cost of a big dream doesn't just test you, it builds you into the person who can carry it. Think about what happens when you give something up for the sake of something greater. Maybe it's sleep, traded for late nights hammering away at your craft. Maybe it's the safety of a predictable routine swapped for the wild uncertainty of a bold idea. In the moment, it feels heavy, your eyes burn, your doubts growl, and you wonder if it's worth it. But then, something shifts. You notice you're not as tired as you thought you'd be. You realize you can stand taller in the chaos than you ever could in the calm. That's the cost at work, not draining you, but refining you. It's stripping away the soft edges, the parts of you that hesitate or hide, and leaving behind a core of resilience you didn't know was there. This shaping isn't gentle. It's not a soft pat on the back or a warm hug. It's more like a forge, all heat and pressure and sparks. You'll feel it when you stumble, when the dream demands more than you plan to give, when failure lands like a punch to the gut. But here's the secret, those moments aren't breaking you, they're making you. Every time you get back up, you're not the same as you were before. You're tougher, sharper, more alive. The cost isn't a thief stealing your spirit, it's a teacher showing you what you're made of. It's the ache in your bones that says you fought, the scars on your hands that prove you've built something real. And it's not just about strength, it's about clarity too. The more you sacrifice, the more you see what matters. The noise of the world, petty worries, shallow wants, the endless scroll of distractions starts to fade. You begin to hear your own voice, your own purpose cutting through the static. That's what the cost does. It peels back the layers of who you thought you were and reveals who you're. It's not always pretty and it's rarely easy, but it's honest. You might start out chasing a dream for glory or thrill, but the sacrifices along the way teach you it's about something bigger, about meaning, about impact, about a fire that won't let you settle for less. This process, this shaping, is where the dream stops being just a picture in your head and starts becoming part of you. It's in the calluses from the work, the quiet pride of pushing through, the way you learn to trust yourself when no one else does. Every time you say no to the easy road, every time you choose the grind over the glide, you're not just moving toward the dream, you're growing into it. You're becoming the kind of person who can hold it, who can live it, who can look back and say, I earned this. The cost isn't a burden, it's a badge, a mark of how far you've come and how much you've dared. So don't fear the cost, embrace it. Let it shape you, let it burn away the doubts and polish the resolve. Because big dreams don't just need someone to chase them, they need someone who's been forged by them, someone who's been carved and crafted by every sacrifice along the way. That's you right now, in this moment, being shaped into something extraordinary. The cost isn't taking from you, it's giving you the chance to become the person you were always meant to be. And when you stand at the end of this road, dream in hand, you'll see it was never about what you gave up, it was about who you became. Let's get to the core of what it takes to turn a big dream into reality. The sacrifice has to match the dream. It's a simple idea, but it's not easy. You can't expect to climb a mountain with a backpack full of feathers. You need the grit, the weight, the resolve to carry what the journey demands. Big dreams aren't small favors from the universe. They're towering ambitions that asks you to rise to their level. If you want something monumental, you've got to give something monumental in return. Think about it like this. A dream that's bold, that's world-shaking, isn't going to budge for half-hearted effort. You can't whisper to it with a few spare minutes or a casual nod. It's a roar, and it needs you to roar back. What does that look like? It's giving up the things that feel big in the moment but shrink in the shadow of what you're chasing. Maybe it's the security of a steady paycheck traded for the uncertainty of building something your own. Maybe it's the comfort of routine swapped for the chaos of creation. The dream doesn't care about what's convenient. It cares about what you're willing to pour into it, what you're ready to release to make room for it. This isn't about punishing yourself or proving a point. It's about alignment. A small sacrifice might get you a small win, but a big dream needs more. It needs the kind of commitment that turns heads, that makes you feel the stretch. It's saying no to late night scrolling so you can rise early and wrestle with your ideas. It's walking away from the crowd that pulls you back, choosing instead the solitude where your vision sharpens. The bigger the dream, the more it asks you to shed, the more it demands you let go of the anchors that keep you tethered to good enough. You match the sacrifice to the dream because anything less is a disservice to what you're capable of. And here's the kicker, the sacrifice isn't a loss, it's a signal. It's a declaration to yourself and the world that this matters, that you're all in. When you give up something big, you're not just clearing space, you're setting the stakes. You're telling the dream, I see you and I'm ready. That's where the momentum builds, where the impossible starts to crack open. A dream that's worth everything won't settle for scraps. It thrives when you meet it with the full force of your will, when you match its height with the depth of your effort. So ask yourself, how big is your dream, and how big are you willing to play? Because the truth is, the success you're chasing won't outpace the sacrifice you're making. If you want the stars, you've got to give up the ground. Match the sacrifice to the dream and watch how the world bends to meet you there. Let's land on something that ties it all together. The reward outweighs the price. Chasing a big dream isn't a walk in the park. It's a trek through the wild with sacrifices that cut deep and effort that leaves you breathless. But here's the truth that keeps you going. What you gain at the end of that road is so much bigger than what you leave behind. The price you pay, the sleepless nights, the doubts you wrestle, the comforts you trade, pales next to the reward of a life that means something, a life that ripples out and touches the world in ways you can barely imagine. That's the promise of a big dream, and it's worth every step. Picture what's waiting for you. It's not just the finish line, not just the moment you hold the dream in your hands. It's the weight of knowing you did it, knowing you pushed past the fear, the fatigue, the voices that said stop, and came out the other side. That's a reward no one can take from you. It's the quiet fire in your chest when you look back and see how far you've come, how much you've grown, how the sacrifices didn't break you but built you. The price might sting in the moment, but the reward, it's a flame that burns steady and bright long after the struggle fades. And it's not just about you. A big dream, when you fight for it, doesn't stop at your doorstep. It spills over. It's the people you lift up along the way, the ones who see your courage and find their own. It's the mark you leave, the story that echoes, the proof that one person's grit can shift the tide. The price might be personal, hours lost, risks taken, tears shed, but the reward is universal. It's a life of impact, a legacy that outlives you. You give up the small stuff, the fleeting stuff, and in return, you get something timeless. That's not a trade-off, that's a triumph. Don't get me wrong, the price feels heavy when you're in it. There are days when the dream seems distant, when every sacrifice piles up like stones on your back, but those are the days to remember why you started. The reward isn't a consolation prize, it's the whole point. It's the joy of standing tall in a life you shaped, not one you settled for. It's the freedom of knowing you didn't just dream, you dared. The price is temporary, the reward is forever. It's not about what you lose along the way, it's about what you carry forward. So hold fast to this. Every sacrifice, every risk, every ounce of effort is an investment in something greater. The reward outweighs the price because it's not measured in hours or things. It's measured in meaning, in purpose, in the sheer power of a life fully lived. You're not just chasing a dream, you're claiming a destiny.